Yo, what's up guys? How are you doing today, man? I'll be talking about the Indiana Pacers and the Minnesota Timberwolves advancing to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. I'm gonna first start off talking about this Pacers and Knicks game, and then I'm gonna work my way to the Nuggets and T-Wolves late night game. Now, who would have thought that the Indiana Pacers and the Minnesota Timberwolves, if you told me that earlier this season, I would have thought you would be clinically insane. Well, that's not the case, because in reality, they both end up making the playoffs, and they both end up going really far, which probably a lot of people didn't really think that in the season that these two teams would be the two teams that will be in the conference finals, matched up with in the Eastern Conference, the Pacers with the Boston Celtics and the Timberwolves with the Dallas Mavericks. Now, I'm gonna start off, like I said, talking about this Pacers and Knicks game. First, I wasn't able to watch really the first half because your boy graduated at the age of 21 years old from the University of Rhode Island. I'm gonna pop a couple pics up there. I'm gonna pop a couple of pics on the screen right now.
You are one of only 19 individuals who TV got status, a designation given to those who have won Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards.
Yeah, it was definitely amazing. Graduated Saturday. Shout out to the fan for getting me this right here. Yes, sir. But first it was raining on Sunday. First it was raining on Saturday, so Sunday we had to go back to campus, take some pics. Definitely looked a little smooth, but shout out to your boy, the big 2-1, the big college grad. You know what it is. You know the fucking vibes. But back to the video. All right, so starting off with the Indiana Pacers. I want to give a big shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. He really struggled early on into the playoffs, and I was like, Tyrese Halliburton, you got to be aggressive. He was always getting the ball and playmaking and passing out of it and getting outplayed by TJ McConnell. Tyrese Halliburton is on a mega contract, which I felt like was deserved early on in the season when it was running the in-season tournament. I was like, Halliburton is in the MVP convo, and Halliburton is in the top guards in the league, top point guards in the league conversation. And then the second half came in. He had an injury and he really derailed the second half. He had a couple of good games here and there, but really wasn't the same Tyrese Halliburton. And the last couple of games against the Knicks, we've seen the real Tyrese Halliburton. It's definitely been a treat to watch. Last night he dropped 26. We also ended off with 6 assists as well. You really saw a confident Tyrese Halliburton. He was talking this shit after the game. He had that Reggie Miller sweater, was like the eyes are like I think it was like maybe like a yellow, like colored out and things like that. Andrew Nemhard has had a couple of ups and downs this series. He hit the game-winning shot against them, but he also struggled for the majority of that game. Miles Turner stepped up. Aaron Nesmith with a perfect game. You got Pascal Siakam, who I feel like ever since they got them, their Siakam, the defense has been a lot better. I got a big shout out to TJ McConnell, man. Getting to the mid-range, being a pest defensively. He calls himself a dog. TJ McConnell's a dog. As a Heat fan, TJ McConnell was literally frying us in that one game which literally put us in a plane basically with that loss. And he was literally flying us. I'm like, TJ McConnell, can you do this against anybody else? Because TJ McConnell's a pretty good player. He's now up there for one of the best backup point guards in the league. But I'm like, TJ McConnell, bro, like, be fucking for real. What else are you cooking like this? Like, cooking us in the mid-range, just basically unconscious from the mid-range game. And then he showed up against the Knicks, and I'm like, yeah. There's TJ McConnell. There's that pest that I hate playing against. Ben Shepherd as well. But yeah, shout out to him and Obi Toppin. He had a really good series as well. Last night, only 3 points and 4 rebounds and 3 assists. I mean, only 3 points, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. But overall, he had a really good series. This is the Pacers also without playing a guy like a Jarris Walker. Their starting five stepped up immensely, so shout out to them. Like I said, massive shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. Miles Turner had a very underrated series, in my opinion. Aaron Nesmith, one of the best 3-and-D players in his league. Pascal Siakam, still a star in this league, even if he is pretty underrated. Yeah, now the Knicks obviously they dealt with a lot of struggles in terms of injuries and things of that nature, but I'm gonna give credit where credit is due to the Pacers. I did not see them going ahead and beating the Knicks, even so much to for the pop up the screen right now. I actually bet on the Knicks and also the Timberwolves to win their game 7s last night and last afternoon, and they didn't. I was literally out taking pictures, and I looked on my phone. I see the Pacers shot 76% from the field in the first half. Like, do you understand how clinically insane that is? Yeah, that is absolutely insane. OG Anunoby, he got injured. I saw Underdog NBA tweet out. I'm like, damn, I'm not even tuning into the game, but OG's already out, man. That fucking sucks. But they said he just looked off. He looked like he couldn't really run at full strength and things like that. And Jalen Brunson struggled 6-17. He unfortunately fractured his hand. Dante DiVincenzo had a phenomenal game. Shout out to Dante DiVincenzo, one of the best shooters in the league, one of the most underrated players in the league on a seal of a contract. He showed up and showed out. 39 points, 11 of 21 from the field, 9 of 15 from 3, 8 of 10 from 3 line as well. They feel like him attacking the rim. You know, was already one of the best shooters in the league when he attacks the cup. Dante DiVincenzo is an absolute dog. Y'all know that meme. You alright, white boy. You alright, white boy. Alec Burks off the bench, giving them 26 points. Jesus Christ. 8 of 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. But yeah, the Pacers, they shot 67.1% from the field, 54.2% from the 3-point line. Like, they showed up and they showed out. I mean, what can you do with that situation? I mean, they literally didn't lose a single quarter. As I'm looking right now at the stat sheet, like, they just showed up and showed out. Tyrese Halliburton, the starting 5, showed up and showed out. There are questions about their defense. Like I said, it did get better after getting Pascal Siakam, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna give credit to the Pacers. I did not see them. I saw the series maybe being like a 6-game series at max, and especially winning this game in MSG, like, that was absolutely immense. So shout out to the Pacers, shout out to Rick Carlisle, shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, shout out to the whole group over there. And Pacers and Celtics. A lot of people are like, this is probably like a 5-game series. I can see this being a 6-game series. Now, I'll be honest, though, the Celtics winning, but definitely want to give credit where credit is due. The Pacers have the best offense in basketball, and they showed that tonight, dropping 130 points on a very good, very great defensive New York Knicks team, even though if they did have one of their best defender, OG Anunoby, out prior to the first 5 minutes of the game. I mean, after the first 5 minutes of the game. All right, so now before I get into the Timberwolves and Nuggets game, I do want to show this quick clip that I'll have also a couple clips for the Timberwolves and Nuggets. There's a couple of things I want to break down. Talking about this play right here in the third quarter. This one I was tapped into the Knicks and Pacers game. I was watching it on the way home, and there was this one sequence of momentum that absolutely shifted. I mean, the Pacers really had the momentum, but this really gave them, I'm like, I don't know if the Knicks can come back from this. This little like 5-point swing in the matter of a couple seconds right here. Like, Jesus Christ. So you got Tyrese Halliburton. You see Dante DiVincenzo right here guarding him. It's gonna click play. He just hits Obi. Obi hits Neesmith. Neesmith takes the mid-range. Cash. And then you see Hartenstein go ahead and inbound the ball. And kind of like lackadaisical lollygagging into Jalen Brunson. TJ McConnell steals it. Aaron Neesmith is still in the play. He drives to the rim wide open. You see Hart really not defending, just putting his arm up there. Looks like contact, and they did end up calling this an and one for Aaron Neesmith. That is a 5-point swing in literally the matter of 5 seconds. So after that, it was basically a GG for the New York Knickerbockers, in my humble opinion. Now on to the Timberwolves and Nuggets game. Now onto the Timberwolves, I want to give a big shout out to Karl-Anthony Towns. I feel like he really put a lot to rest this postseason. He was known as a playoff dropper, and Karl-Anthony Towns was known for committing terrible fouls when it came to the postseason. He still does complete terrible fouls, but the fact of the matter is he had 5 fouls and he took them out in the fourth quarter, and he ended up staying on the bench, and Naz Reid ended up taking over a good portion of that fourth quarter. It was a major reason why the Timberwolves won this game 98-90 over the Denver Nuggets. I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns ended up dropping 23 and 12. You got Rudy Gobert making it tough, I guess, on Nikola Jokic. A lot of Nikola Jokic we saw in that fourth quarter. We saw some Naz Reid on him. We saw some Karl-Anthony Towns on him, especially before he obviously went down with those 5 fouls. Jokic did have Karl-Anthony Towns in foul trouble, but at the end of today was he was making Jokic take tough shots. Like Jokic had a tough fadeaway right in his mouth. I'm like, nah, Jokic is the best player in the league in my humble opinion. And he went out and he did his thing. A massive game from Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels, the last 2 games, had 2 20+ point games. Jaden McDaniels is a guy that's been scrutinized for like all season because he's on a massive contract and his points haven't really been where you would expect him to be. Jaden McDaniels should definitely be at the minimum a 15 point per game scorer in this league. I mean, he's on like a max contract for like the most he can get. I don't know if he's like on a rookie max scale contract, whatever the hell they call that, but Jaden McDaniels is one of the best defenders in the league, especially perimeter wise. And you add that on with being a really good 3-point shooter, like, and you add that on what I'm creating at the mid-range level and getting to the rim and potentially even get to the line as well, which he did tonight. Like, Jaden McDaniels can be one of the most underrated players in basketball. We're definitely seeing a glimpse of that. He drops 23 points today, 6 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, a block, 7 of 10 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, makes 6 of 7 free throw attempts. Rudy Gobert overall defensively. We'll talk about Rudy Gobert being an absolute pest in the paint defensively in terms of his shot blocking prowess, but Rudy Gobert's offense, man, Jesus Christ. I mean, I know he hit that turnaround fadeaway mid-range jump shot that I'll show at the end of the video, but be fucking for real, bro. Like, Rudy Gobert offensively is just not really a threat outside of like lobs. You give him the ball, you expect him to like back somebody smaller than him down, and he's just not that good at doing so. He's not really good at least like catching the ball. Like, he's not really that good at that. Like, he's just not really somebody like that's just back to the basket big. He's like, yeah, just solely lobs and things of that nature. Pretty solid free throw shooter as well. Today he shots 13, 3 of 7 from the field, 7.5 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, an assist, a steal, 2 blocks. Mike Conley, he hit a massive 3, which looked like a magnet ball, that also show at the end of the video. But it was like 72-75. They needed a shot. The Timberwolves did. They were on a massive run. The Nuggets were trolling. I was like, Mike Malone, call a timeout. Mike Malone, call a timeout. Y'all had a 20-point lead and it's down to like 6 points. It's one of those stretches though where the Timberwolves they had a chance at making it like a 1-point game or a 1-possession game, and they just kept missing the shot, and the Nuggets kept missing and missing, and then the Timberwolves got hot and hot and hot and hot, and they ended up never looking back and taking the win. Mike Conley hit a master shot. He ends up today with 10 points, made 3 of his 5 3-point attempts. He was at 60% from 3. Mike Conley's been a very underrated 3-point shooter this season. He does have that, I believe, was it a Achilles injury, Achilles strain potentially, and he's still playing through. So shout out to him. Anthony Edwards did a masterfully down the stretch, but outside of defensively, he did play Jamal Murray pretty tough. If you look at the stats, he did make a good point. He made a video. I mean, they recorded a video of him talking about how we had Jamal Murray in handcuffs. You look at it, Jamal Murray, when guarded by Anthony Edwards, definitely man kept him in check. Jamal Murray had a phenomenal first half. He had a couple of shots in that second half as well, but definitely was not the same player he was in that first half, unfortunately for the Denver Nuggets. Ant-Man today, he hit that 3 or so video as well to make the lead. I believe it was a 7-point lead at the time after a steal from, I believe it was Mike Conley or something like that. He hits a 3 in the right corner, absolute cash, makes it a 10-point game. The Nuggets only scored 90 points behind that elite Minnesota Timberwolves defense. Absolutely phenomenal defense. We remember they had that game 2 in Denver where they absolutely clinched. Jamal Murray was in hell without Rudy Gobert. Yeah, we were wondering, where's that Timberwolves defense? Only giving 90 points to a very good Denver Nuggets offense. They were indeed there. Shout out to Mike Nori. Shout out to Chris Finch. Shout out to the coaching staff for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They absolutely locked in. Especially being down 20 points to the Denver Nuggets at home. You're like, some teams like, man, just pack the shit up, man. Like, at this point, I know it was a game 7, but let's pack it up. I don't know what the hell that was, but my fault. So now let's look at Anthony Edwards, 6-24 from the field, 16 points, 2 of 10 from 3, made both of his free throw attempts, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Naz Reid plays 22, 11 points for him, 4 rebounds and assists. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, one of their best 3-and-D players this season, alongside Jaden McDaniels. Obviously, Jaden McDaniels is a way better player, but not off the bench. When J-Mac is off the court, he's been showing up. Today only drops 0 points, actually. He was actually a minus 11, so he didn't really have a good game at all. 0-6 on the field, 0-5 from 3. Only really had an assist, so that's all for them. They also did only shoot 29.4% from the 3-point line as well, so hey, it was definitely a game in the mud. It was definitely a game where they had to muck it up. Yeah, And for the Nuggets, I mean, they didn't really get too much production outside of Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray. Nikola Jokic ended up dropping 34, 19, and 7. Hitting some tough shots. He finally hit 2 threes in that fourth quarter after he was over 7 at a point in the game. And you're really struggling all postseason to shoot threes. Remember, they had a stat early on, I think, in this series that Nikola Jokic of my Miami Heat had more threes in that one 5-game series against the Celtics that Jokic had at the time after the Suns and the early couple of games in his Timberwolves series as well. So 3 punch out of Jokic this playoff series was not it at all. He had 2 threes in that fourth, and then he had a clutch 3, I believe, last game in that game 6 against the Minnesota Timberwolves as well. Yeah, like at the end of the day, like Jamal Murray had a phenomenal first half, but second half he definitely wasn't as good as he was in the first. Jokic ends off 34 points, 13 to 28 from the field, 2 of 7 3, makes 6 of his 7 free throw attempts, 19 rebounds, 7 assists, a block. I believe like a double maybe in the first half or first quarter. I don't know what it was. I kind of forgot. Jamal Murray ends up today with 35 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 13 27 from the field, 4 12 from 3, 5 of the 5 from the free throw line. Jamal Murray he had a shot at the end of the fourth quarter where he missed. That was a shot that really needed. I believe it was Reggie Miller on the commentary. He was like, "Yo, Jamal Murray, they needed that shot and he missed." And then MPJ really didn't have a good game at all today either. MPJ 3 of 12, 1 of 6 from 3, 7 points. Aaron Gordon really wasn't there at all. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 of 5 from the field. KCP there was a shot that he missed, I believe, in the right corner. It was one of the 2 corners. It was the corner on this side, and now that I'm looking at it, it looks like it's right. So I don't fucking know, to be honest. I don't know my right from left. I'm putting on this old strategy, so I don't know what the fuck is going on. But yeah, Jamal Murray, KCP had a shot in the corner, I believe. I want to say, okay, let's just say it's the right corner, and he missed it. That would have been a big momentum shift when they were struggling to score in that 20+ run, 20 something to whatever run that the Timberwolves were on. KCP ends up today with only 5 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. And in their bench only gave them 5 points. It was Christian Brown, 1 of 3 from the field. I believe the only field goal he didn't make was in the second half. I want to say he did make 3, but 4 free throw attempts. He had a nice steal at the end of the second half. At the end of the first half, that ended up leading to a Jamal Murray floater at the end of the game. At the end of the quarter. They also struggled from the field, 41% from the field, 24% from the 3. It did make 87% of the free throws. The Timberwolves, 39% from the field, 29% from 3, 86% from the free throw line. Yeah, shout out to the Timberwolves, shout out to the Pacers. Now ending off the video, I want to get into a couple of clips. I do have a couple more clips of this series, of this game, because I did actually fully watch this game from beginning to end. But a couple of shots that the Timberwolves say where I'm just like, yeah, it's just not your night at the end of the day. And I'm just like, what are we doing? So you're looking at this shot right here, 72-72, like I mentioned earlier. Mike Conley just hits one of the most insane shots I've seen like in a while. Like sidestepping from the old man. Look at this right here, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Davis passing the ball. You see Jamal Murray playing some pretty good defense on him. Sidestep. He's up in the air. Shot fake. He's up in the air. Cash. Like, ladies and gentlemen, when people are hitting shots like that on you, you just know it is not your night. And talking about, it's not your night, this shot right here reminded me of the Derrick Jones Jr. shot. He led the Derrick Jones Jr. shot that he hit to send the Mavericks basically to the conference finals after hitting that shot on the on the OKC Thunder, even though they did have a tie game and the Thunder were up after the Chet Holmgren alley-oop, and then SGA fouled Peter Washington. He makes 2 of 3. Apparently he missed the throw on purpose, but definitely would have been a 1,000 IQ play. But we're looking at this right here. Here is the most y'all talk about magnet ball. Y'all talk about the most insane shots to go in your entire life, in your entire existence. Look at this already, ladies and gentlemen. Like, look at this, bro. I want to run that back, actually. Like, look at this, bro. Rudy Gobert, Jokic draped on him. Fade away, cash. Nothing but net. If Rudy Gobert is hitting that shot on you, I just got to tell you, look at Josh Minott on the bench. He's like, bro, what the hell was that? That shit went in. I mean, I'll take it. But, like, bro, fucking look at Josh Minott, bro. He's literally losing his mind. Like, y'all know that was like the most insane shot y'all seen in your entire life. If he's hitting that to make it a 4-point game from a 2-point game, GG's. Like, we'll be fucking seeing after that, ladies and gentlemen. Like, Jesus Christ. Like I just mentioned earlier, that might as well show it as well. The Derrick Jones Jr. side Heat Legends. Shout out to the Mavericks. They have officially unlocked Derrick Jones Jr. Definitely want to see him improve in terms of 3-point shooting. I definitely think he can definitely be a better 3-point shooter. But he's definitely been improving in terms of the corners, defending, rebounding, athleticism, just attacking the cup. Shout out to Derrick Jones Jr. He also hit this tough shot on Chet Holmgren, who just has an insane height and wingspan advantage over him. But look at the shot right here, ladies and gentlemen. Shots going, shot clock is going down. It's 2.1. It's a 3-point game, 1-possession game. Cash right in Chet Holmgren's eye. Like, Jason Kidd happy as hell. Like, lefty right in Chet Holmgren's face. Like, that is tough, ladies and gentlemen. That is tough. Now, the last clip I want to show, maybe that was the last. No, I'm going to show the last clip right here as well. Jaden McDaniels, shout out to him for being an absolute psychopath. The Timberwolves are up by 7 points. 23 seconds to go. You see the ball being given to Jaden McDaniels right here from Anthony Edwards. Throws it to him. Tries to get a dunk on KCP. KCP, no, you hold on. It wasn't even that. It's not like he just went up for the dunk. He bounced it, went up for the dunk, and KCP tries to pack him up. And look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Bounces it like he's doing a dunk contest, puts it up on KCP. KCP's like, man, I'm a 2-time champ. I ain't going. I'm a 2020, 2023 NBA Finals champion with the LA Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. I am not going for this tomfoolery, ladies and gentlemen. And Jaden McDaniels tries to go up. Let me just run it back. Let's go with it. Let's just play it in full. Jaden McDaniels packed foul. Like, look at the Timberwolves bench. That's poetic. That is absolutely poetic justice, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, so that is it. The Timberwolves and the Pacers move on to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. I cannot wait for this. I'm really excited for this next upcoming series. This is definitely amazing to see so much parity in the NBA, man. One of these couple of guys are going to win their first ever rings. Luka Doncic, Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards. 4 guys right there. One of those stars will be winning their first ever NBA Finals championship. That is cemented for the rest of their life and for the NBA and their legacy in this world. So it's going to be amazing to see who ends up winning this ring. Obviously, the call out guys right now currently going to be like, it's going to be the it's going to be the Timberwolves, it's going to be the Celtics. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. Luka Doncic's ring would feed families. I'll be honest. Luka Doncic would feed families. Let's just call a spade a spade. That would feed families. But hey, whoever wins, congratulations to y'all. Y'all be winning your first ever NBA ring, and especially if it was like a team like the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves, I looked it up today. They have not reached an NBA Finals in their existence. This is their first conference finals since the year 2004. They have not reached a conference finals since 2004. They have not reached a finals in their existence. They had KG, this, that, and a third. No NBA Finals rings, one, but no NBA Finals ring, no NBA Finals appearances is insane. And they only have one conference finals appearance, and that was 2004. So that's insane. And this year now, 2024. So 20 years later, hey. But other than that, yo, that is the video. Go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok, the boy John. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.